I know my cars. This is a 52 Chevy pickup with the ramjet engine. Let's go. Lift it up. Bring that drill over here. All right, let's go. Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright, and you might not recognize my face, but you probably recognize my voice.
Hi, I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
I do other voices on The Simpsons. I'm Ralph Wiggum.
When I grow up, I want to be a principal or a caterpillar.
Nelson Muntz.
The thing about huckleberries is, once you've had fresh, you'll never go back to canned.
Todd Flanders.
I get to anoint their feet.
Well, Maggie. There's Maggie. I'm also Chuckie on Rugrats.
I hope there's not any clowns. There aren't any clowns, are there? I don't like clowns.
Rufus the Naked Mole Rat. I know, I get paid to do that. It's ridiculous. Today, I'm with Vanity Fair, and I'm going to be doing some improvisations for some characters that I've never seen before and give them some personality. I mean, the first thing you notice about this little gal is that she's messed up. I like to check out, normally it's just checking out kind of the mouth and the jaw, because that helps me in terms of deciding the diction and if he or she has a lisp, stuff like that. She looks like Wednesday from the Addams Family, gone awry. All those little nails and tacks that are stuck in her nose and her belly button and her neck and ear and head and hair and all that. I think it's self-afflicted. She's tough. Her eyes are not the same size.
Her tongue is sticking out. If she was silent, I don't know, it'd be sort of hard to talk with a nail. It'd be hard to talk with a nail in your tongue. I don't even know how she would shut her mouth. She would have to talk like that. Get away from me. Did you notice my earring? I do have an earring on.
She might sound like that. By the time she's middle-aged, and I'm just kind of creating on this myself, I don't see any hints of any coffee or cigarettes, but it'd be kind of hard to smoke.
She started out like this as a teenager, and she can't quite close her mouth when she's talking. By the time she's middle-aged, she might be a little bit more beaten up. And perhaps she's talking a little bit slower.
The accent just came naturally. Sometimes you just have to trust your instincts on these things. Oh, this guy's cute. Right off the bat, I mean, obviously he's a bookworm. Don't mean to be stereotypical, but he's got a tie on, and he's bald, so I tend to think that he's a dude. And he's smart. If he's a bookworm, the idiom means that whoever's a bookworm is, like, really smart. He's got his tongue sticking out, too. Major key is where that tongue is. But he's a little dude. He's also really smart, but not nerdy smart. He's kind of cute smart. He's a little adorable.
So I think he might sort of sound like this. He's got a little bit of a, here's the deal. I just love reading, and sometimes I like to look up words in a dictionary. So if I look up a word, like, for example, this will surprise you. The word nice. When you look up nice, if you look up the etymology, that means the derivation, of course. If you look up the etymology of nice, this is amazing, but nice actually comes from somewhere, and it actually means foolish or stupid. That is not me. I just am a bookworm, and I like to read. Thank you very much. So if he was a professor, I would probably bring his voice down and say, ladies and gentlemen, students of my class, here I go. And you see, I just brought the pitch down just a little bit to make him sound a little bit older. May I please have your attention? Your attention, all eyes up front. Thank you very much.
This is like the baby. This is like the baby on The Incredibles, right? It's just sort of like Baby Jack, except like 2D. And for a baby, this baby looks like, well, the blue tends to indicate that it's a boy, but it could be a girl. And I mean, for little babies, it doesn't really matter if it's a boy or a girl. Then there's a whole universal thing about baby sounds that... Did you hear that? That was a little pony. If this was a baby on the Rugrats, like a little baby of, like, say Chuckie. Say Chuckie has a little baby brother.
Chuckie.
Can't quite say Chuckie.
Chuckie.
This is kind of a throwback to me. I love this art. She's tough. She's kind of like Rosalind Russell maybe, or she could be Katharine Hepburn. She looks like a leader. The short hair, but I think she's really pretty. But she's got a strength about her. Look how she's holding her fist there. And she's interested in fashion. She's got the necklace on. She's got earrings. She's got a long thumbnail. When I think of her, I kind of.
All right, you guys. We've got deadlines we've got to hit today. Hey, what are you doing over there? Put that coffee down when I'm talking to you. Pay attention. We got a Hill 10 going on here. We've got to hit this by 10 o'clock this morning. Let's go.
She's kind of tough like that. But if she's a glam queen, she might say, see, for me, if I lower my voice a little bit, I don't sound so much like a kid. I've got a natural sound of like a kid. But doing Brenda, I like her name, Brenda. Hi, guys. So I'm here. Hey, listen, so I was just wondering, can somebody go out and get me a coffee before we get started here? And if I just slow her voice down just a little bit and give it a little bit of a breathy quality, I don't mean to bother you, but I was just wondering, can you see the holes? I'm not wearing any earrings right now. Can you see the holes in my ears? This is Vanity Fair. That's a pretty dragon. But, that fire and he flies, and what I get from this is I get bad breath. I don't know, Wait, what? There's no voice? Oh, he doesn't have a voice. Sort of like Rufus the Naked Mole Rat? Oh, awesome. Okay. I love her. I instantly love her. I think she's very soft-spoken. The glasses are kind of a hint, and perhaps stereotypical that she's kind of a subtle geek. But I think by the time she's 20, she's going to be a multi-millionaire. She's probably going to invent something on the internet or some app or something. But her mouth is shut, and I think she's a little bit mousy. And I think she's sort of okay, listen, I have an idea, and I was wondering, you guys, I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but I would like to stick around, and I'm good. I'm good. Just give me another coffee. You know what? I just inspired myself. I'm going to change that. I think this is better. She goes, I'm good. I'm going to stick around here a little bit longer. I know it's 2 a.m., but, give me another coffee or something like that, because I got to stay up late. I've got this deadline, and I've got to hit, and we're going to do it by 10 o'clock in the morning, and if I go home right now, I'm never going to make my deadline. Thank you. Ooh. So, yeah, we can twist this. And here she's looking really sweet and everything, but let's say she's been picked on, and she's been a little bit victimized in order to defend herself. She used to be okay, and no, I've got a lot of things to do. I really don't appreciate it when you talk to me like that. It's really kind of mean, and actually, you look really ugly today. Leave me alone. This one looks like a challenge to me too. He's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he's also blowing up. So he's got something, and he's sort of smiling. He's sort of grimacing, and he looks like Edward G. Robinson. He looks like, all right, you guys, all right, hear me now. Or maybe soften him. All right, you guys, hear me now. Listen, has anybody got a light? And I don't mean for my cigarette. He can be sort of tough. And look when I do this. Look what happens when I do this voice. When I do Ralph Wiggum, his eyebrows go way up like this. But when I do Nelson Muntz, it comes down like that. When I do this Adam Bomb, all right, you guys, listen up, all of you. I need your attention, please. Somebody light my fire. So, if he was a she,
I don't know. I guess I could bring it up a little bit higher. All right, you guys. I could also do it like that, make it a little bit more nasal. This is a little bit more nasal. All right. Somebody. Toss me, because I feel a little bit held down here. I'm about ready to blow. I'm ready to blow.
All right, this one, this monkey, it's a cute little monkey. He looks like a baby. He kind of looks like he's just a little guy.
What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
And he surprises you by the way that he talks. He's got teeth. He cries a lot.
I don't have a problem. Stop it. Somebody. Why am I naked?
But on the other hand, he's spitting because he's just frustrated and spit's coming out of him. But what if he's laughing? Because he could be actually really laughing, and it's the same spit coming out of his mouth. And You know, as a tip, if you're interested in voiceovers, there are a few things that you can do to help yourself, and one of them is take classes on improvisation, because you get hired and the producers are counting on you as a talent to be able to contribute to what it is that you're doing. Improvisation is coming up with something on the spot that you are inspired by who your character is. So depending upon who your character is, that little phrase or expression or sentence or thought that you come up with makes your character more real. Way back when, some 30 years ago, when we were doing a table read of The Simpsons, it was just something that I blurted out. It was an ad lib. And I said, "Eat my shorts." In high school, I was in the marching band, and we would march to the cadence of the drummers going, dun 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 dun, Fairmont West, dun 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 dun, Fairmont West. And one summer it changed when we were getting ready for the fall, and the drum section and all the trumpets, and including me, started saying, dun 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 dun, eat my shorts. And people would line up on the street to watch us march by. They had no idea what we were saying, but we knew that we were saying something that was a little naughty perhaps back then, and that was fun. And just all these years went by, and next thing you know, it's on 3 million t-shirts. So I'm Nancy Cartwright, and those were voices of some characters that I've never seen before. Hope you enjoyed it.